Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome here. The lighting's a little set up a little different today. Got the camera set up a little different today. We're trying something new. Ow, that light's hot. But anyway, today I'm going to, as you see from the subject below, going to do a little challenge myself again. Many of you guys talk about how money is, and I know it is tight, guys. So what we are going to do is try, whoops, sorry guys. Let me try to even this out a little bit. There we go. There we go. That looks a little better, doesn't it? I'm going to work on this lighting. I got a new background. As you see, it's fresh out of the package. That's why you see the lines in it. I just threw it up because I got tired of red. Anyway, Valentine's Day is way over. But the Dollar Tree has makeup, tons of it, and for the most part they have LA Colors. They've got some Wet n Wild, and I think that's mainly what I got. Yeah, I tried to not get a brand that I did not know, so just for safety reasons. I have washed and primed my skin. I just did my regular skincare. I have been using the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas primer as part of my skincare, which I figured this would be a great time to make sure I use that because my skin is very sensitive, and as you see, I'm starting to have some little, guys, this is actually not a blemish. I need to have this looked at because this is where I always, when I get a little bit of sun, I always get these things that pop up and they turn into like these strange looking blisters, and then they turn brown and then they go away. Anyway, enough of that. That's kind of gross, I know. Anyway, I spent $9.59, as you can see right here. Where's the total? There's the total. So 41 cents short of $10. And what I got was, for the most part, I got a foundation, LA Girl foundation, a LA Girl powder, a LA Girl blush, Beauty Benefits bronzer. Aren't they trying to kind of look like Benefit, you think? A LA Colors quad, a LA Colors lippy, a brow pencil, and an eyeliner. So let's get right to it. Let me try to, you have to bear with me guys, this is the first time I'm using this new apparatus here. Basically what I'm trying to do is make it where you guys can see a little better what I'm doing, because people are complaining that you can't really see what I'm doing. But let's go ahead. Wow, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is the brow pencil, and this is LA Colors. Actually, this isn't too bad. My eyes are terrible, so you guys probably see a hell of a lot better than I do. I just went right in, didn't bother combing them, because I wasn't, honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be this pigmented, and it's kind of creamy. That's awfully close, isn't it? But I wanted to make sure you guys can really kind of see what I'm doing. This is the strangest little brush. It's on the top. I've seen a few of these before. Actually, it's not too bad. But I'm also still testing out. That's not bad. That's really, it's not bad. This is the color Soft Brown. I usually go with a little darker color and mix it with a taupe. That's actually not bad. Let me finish my eyebrows. I'll be right back. And that is not too bad on the brows. It's a little kind of off. It's not really the color that I would technically go with. Let me see if I can grab a spoolie and just kind of come this out a little more. It'll probably look a whole lot better once I do some foundation and whatnot. I've been doing my brows before my foundation because I don't really like to do concealer around my brows. And if I do my foundation or after, then I can kind of make sure that they're all covered up. That, and they tend to wind up a little more even and just kind of cleaned up. I am still using my Morphe brushes, the new ones, the Jaclyn Hill set. Yes, with Dollar Store makeup. How cute, huh? I do not like, and it's not my thing. I do not like her, I don't like that foundation brush so far. I keep trying it. This is I think this is LA Girl. This is Sassy and Chic. I thought it was LA Girl, but it's not. I think that's the brand name of this, to be honest with you. Or is it Wet n Wild? Wait a minute, that's mascara. I saved all the little cards. Except for that one, apparently. Long wear, smooth and rich. No, I didn't save didn't save it. But this is apparently called Sassy and Chic Moisturizing Foundation. And it doesn't appear to have a color. It says to use, apply, and blend with fingertips. I don't do that. So let's get on in there and try. I think this might be a little too light for me. It's been really hard for me to match up foundations lately because I have not been out in the sun at all. Actually, that's not that bad. It is, I'll tell you, it feels like a gel foundation. It's not going on too bad. It is light at best coverage. It's very swatchy, but I'm going to see what we can do with that. Let me try a different brush and see if we can get, I always like to go ahead and get that on if I start with a brush. A lot of people do one side of their face with a brush and one side with a, I was going to try that, I was going to try the Morphe one out again, and I apparently cleaned it and didn't put it back. So, let's try a sponge. I have been liking, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's try a sponge. I've been liking this little guy right here. I picked this up, of all places, Walmart. And it's not too bad. I like the flat. I go through a lot of setting spray, guys. Oh, there it is. I don't like to really use my MAC. I love using this, oh, sorry, right on the camera there. I like using this, the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1, for setting to wet my sponge. I don't know, it just, to me, kind of helps. And it's still kind of splashy. But, you know, I think I can make this work. We'll see. This is, I would say this is definitely a light coverage. You may get medium out of this. You're not going to, definitely not going to get like a super full coverage. Sorry guys, I'm like, used to, the problem was I wasn't close enough. Now I'm too close. But that's actually not too bad. It's very moisturizing. I would consider this more like a CC cream. I did not grab I'm going to try to build this up actually. See what we can do here. Mainly I just want to try to cover this up a little bit. I didn't pick up a concealer because, as you guys know, I'm not a big concealer person. And I've not really said a whole lot of why. And let me explain this to you guys. On mature skin, the least product and the lightest product you can do, the better. The reason why is because on mature skin, the more you keep piling stuff on, the more you're going to accentuate every tiny fine line, wrinkle, deep line, hyperpigmentation. I mean, you may cover it up, but if there is any rate, this is not, wow. I'm getting a very light coverage. I'm not even really getting, can you see this? I feel almost like I'm just putting a moisturizer on. It is very, very dewy. I did use the Too Faced spray on here, but just to barely dampen this. And when I say it's barely, I mean this is like, it's barely damp. Alright. I'm going to try this powder here. They do give you a Well, they give you. No, I got a, what do they call this? This is a pressed, just a pressed powder by LA Colors. Silky smooth powder applies evenly and natural, flawless looking complexion, long lasting wear, resists streaking, caking, lightweight coverage, and conceals imperfections perfectly. Application. Use applicator, lightly sweet pressed powder, pat lightly, evenly over face and downward strokes. I have mature skin and we don't ever use downward strokes. Actually, you know what? I'm getting a little bit, I'm not getting much coverage out of this, guys. I am getting a little bit of coverage, I think, out of this. More than coverage, I think I'm just getting I'm getting a pretty finish off this. So, this is with the Morphe brush. I'm going to go ahead and grab this is my Pure Cosmetics brush. And I can pick up a lot more product with this. And I'm getting a natural coverage, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just kind of evening out my skin tone. I didn't see a concealer there, and I am very hesitant with anything that heavy on my face, to be honest with you, especially from the dollar store. But you know, once I get out in natural light, I'm having to, guys, I am putting a ton of powder on, and this is just, I don't want to cake my face up. I've tried it now. Let me just this is my Furless brush. So yeah, I love this. Isn't that the cutest name? I used to always think Furless, what the hell? And then I finally kind of just like not thought about it. Furless, get it? All the products are synthetic. It's so cool. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the finish that I'm getting out of it. It's a very satiny finish, but I'm not getting any coverage, I don't think. I don't see any coverage really. I mean, you can see all this. I broke out right here from something. I'm always breaking out from something. Never fails. Been that way all my life. They give you this little thing. I mean, you can literally see through it. And they tell you to pat this. Oh my God. Actually, you know what? I got more coverage with that. There, I'm actually getting coverage with this. And this is just a pressed powder, but I feel like I'm just really going ham on this though. But you know what? That really evened out my texture. And it evened out that redness. That's a mean thing I like to get rid of. They say downward strokes, but I'm not. I'm using this to kind of pat it in. Now, I mean, this is from the dollar store. But you're not going to get a full glam, you know. I mean, you could probably, if you use a different foundation product, but I really don't. Let me kind of blend that off. It just looks kind of cakey in certain spots. There. It's not too bad, but I'm still seeing a lot of redness. Let's go ahead and see with the rest of it what I can get out of it. I got this little bronzer here. This is made in China. This is Beauty Benefits bronzer. It reminds me of Hula Light, but wow, super, super chalky. Let's see what I can do with that. I've been loving this. I have been loving this brush. You want to talk about this is the R10. It's out of the Rose line from Morphe. Wow, look at that. But, I mean, what do you expect for $1? But, oh, that's not bad. It's kind of taking away. I don't think I'm going to try this blush, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to contour and bronze all in one shot. This is a little light to be doing a contour. There we go. But I don't know if you guys notice, my lighting is a little more even. I have a ring light, but I don't like that. I feel like I'm staring into a tunnel. Whoa, did you see that? That like, wow. You gotta watch. It pulled, that makeup pulled right up right there. You gotta be very light-handed. It's not bad though. The bronzer reminds me kind of the Hoola Light. Now, I mean, guys, you gotta realize, I'm doing this mainly to show you guys that in a pinch, and I'll kind of give you guys a little story time. I was homeless. I had to go to the dollar store. If I wanted any sort of makeup, I had to go to the dollar store. I had no choice. I had gotten involved with the guy. I'm going to touch my eyebrow right here just a little bit while I'm thinking about it. I had got involved with this guy. I had a home up in North Florida, just outside of Tallahassee. And I had several acres. It was a mobile home, but I had several acres. I had put this mobile home on and eventually had planned for building onto it. And the thing I liked was it was backed up to the National Forest Management Area. If you know anything about hunting, management areas are areas that are owned by the county usually or state that they're maintained by them, but usually you're allowed to hunt or fish or whatnot on there. This area was an area you could do both on. Now, on the very back part of my property, I could hunt. So I would deer hunt back there. I loved it. To this day, it does upset me that I gave up this property. And it's the strangest story. You do the stupidest things for love. I know you guys will probably know what I'm talking about when I say this, but I'm just going to grab this bronzer brush. I've been using this for blush too, but I'm just going to add a little. This is a really pink, but I just want to kind of take away from this here. And by doing that, I'm going to kind of add a little bit here. See how that kind of pulls, kind of just gives me a little flush look instead of looking like my face is just kind of red and blown out. But I am going to I always go over and brush it. But anyway, at this point, I was using a lot of drugs. And I was always in school, the heavyset girl. I was always picked on. You know, I starved for attention. Stupidest thing, I know, but I always starved for attention, and this guy gave me attention. I thought he was just the cutest thing in the world. I hadn't used drugs in many, many years, and back at that point, I was just partying back in the 80s and early 90s. I do a few lines of coke here and there. Nothing big, but that's it. And got involved with this guy. Next thing you know, snorted so much cocaine that I could not get another even little toque up my nose. So he was smoking it, and I said, let me try that. Big mistake. Big mistake. And God, a couple years later, here I got clean. But anyway, I got really hooked on this guy. And, you know, you do stupid things for guys, but I swear I will never do that again. Anyway, this is the quad that I got here. And I'm not really... I need a color that's kind of in between this one and this one. This is a shimmer, and I don't want to use that. So I've got this bronzer. This is kind of a cool tone. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this. God, the fallout is real. And grab some of that. And I'm just going to use that to set my look. I'm just going to kind of get everything warmed up. Cooled off, I guess you could say. Usually it's warmed up. Get everything warmed up and get that started and just kind of start to lay in. I always like to lay in the area that I'm going to kind of help make it look like I have eyelids. With hooded eyes, you have this area from here to here. You have this small area here. You can see where my actual natural crease is down here. But when I open my eyes, you wouldn't see any of that. So I do darken it right at the natural crease line, but then right above it, if you ever really notice where I do it, I come way up. And that's so when I open my eye, you can see it. See how my natural crease is down here? Don't mind the wrinkles. You know, people talk about age, and they talk about the biggest thing is I get from people comments, and I don't delete my comments, so you guys can go in and see these. It's true. The struggle is real. Biggest one I get is, why do you have to make yourself look young? Yo, bitch. I don't try to make myself look young. I try to make myself look pretty. I mean, this is how I like to look pretty. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and come in with this number, the 1, 2, 3, 4. If I followed how they say to do it, that would be up by the, whoa, that would have been totally fine. Number 1 would be up by the brow bone. Number 2 would be on the lid. Number 3 would be like up on this top part of it'd be right here, just like that area right there. And number 4 would be your outer corner. But I don't pay attention to that, so we're going to do it my way. But I am going to come up here just above that because I didn't realize how much lighter that was. I'm going to blur that line out a little bit. And right here in that corner, just kind of blur that out. What you want to do, anytime you're doing a shadow look, you want to try to, as seamlessly as possible, graduate colors. And that's why you got to blend. I love blending my eyeshadow. It's like my goal to make it where you can't really see where I'm putting it. I'm going to grab, sorry about all the banging around down here, guys. This palette, these brushes are still kind of new to me, and I want to give them a fair shake. A lot of people have asked me if they're worth it, and I can't tell you from one day, to be honest. I just can't. I really need to try them out, and with a few different shadows. I figured today would be a great day to try them out with a little less expensive shadow. So, anywho, I'm going to come in here with number 4 and pop it into number 2. I'm going into 2 a little bit because this, actually it has a little bit of a shimmer. God, the fallout. And I'm going to come out here on this outer corner. And the reason why I'm just patting it in, can you see? I'm trying to keep the fallout down. The way I keep fallout down with shadows like this is I will just really brush it in like this. And I want to try to pack it into that brush. If you pack it into that brush and then you tap it in, you can really get good payoff with it without winding up with it everywhere. Now, what I'm doing is kind of accentuating the same. I'm going to kind of do a smoky eye, but I want to really accentuate that lid. And how I'm doing that is I'm opening my eye. You want to always relax your eye, and you want to basically, if you looked at somebody with perfect eyelids and you see where you can see the eyelid and you can see like the transition area and you can see the top where it's like this, you wouldn't have to do all that. I'm kind of making my eye look like it is like that, and it's not. All right, I'm going to lay that in, and I'm going to go back and blend that in here in a second. I want to go ahead and come over to this eye and do the same thing. I like to lay them out like this first before I start blending because you get a nice even look. If you look, I'm going right to the outer line of my pupil with that dark color from there over. So I'm going over here with the same thing. Just going to kind of come in, and what I'm doing is I'm patting that shadow on. And up here, I'm I'm having to brush that one in a little more. But this eye of mine is a little more hooded than the other. So I'm looking over at this eye at the same time. And what I'm doing is I'm setting that outer corner to give me that little area right there. And actually, I think I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out a little more here. I'm not going to do a cat eye per se. I'm going to come out like that. Actually, I messed this one up here. That is one thing I have learned about this palette here. I love this for this brush right here because I can just come in right there and clean that up perfectly. I don't have any loose powder because we're not doing that kind of tutorial. So I'm gonna come in with this pressed powder. I'm gonna try it with this pressed powder. And what you do is you can just kind of come in. And anytime you want to make sure to set that real crisp, you can always put a little bit down. See how I'm putting that heavy right there? And what I'm doing is setting myself kind of like how you would with tape, but without tape. And that is what this brush here is great for. This is the E47 brush. It's a really cool, it's kind of a thicker type flat brush, but it's awesome for that. All right. I decided to come a little more up. I just want to have more makeup in a few days, so I'm kind of wanting to go a little bit crazy. There we go. Oh, I came in a little thicker right here. It's so hard to match my eyes because they are so different. I'm just going to take what's left on that brush. Sorry. Getting a little close and friendly here. There we go. And just kind of lay that in. And that's what you're going to wind up with. I'm going to clean my brush off. And that I was using the E36 brush. It's just kind of a short, kind of a little stiffer, a little, almost like a pencil brush, but a little fluffier. Now I'm going to come in with, I'm going to go with this, I think this is the first one I was using. I'm going to use the R37. One thing I do like about this, she gives you tons and tons and tons of blending brushes. This is out of the rose gold also, and this is a little longer. You can kind of see my nails aren't that long, but you can kind of see how long that is. And it is an R37, and it's just a nice fluffy brush, and I like to come in with it like this. And I don't have any product on that at all. And all I'm doing is just kind of windshield wiper motion. See, no product. And if it starts to pick up too much product, I will actually clean it off. Because I don't want that line. That line we made right there, I don't want that. But I'm not worried about the top part. All I'm worried about is right in here. Blending that over. There we go. Blending it over right at that eyelid. Your actual true lid. Your true crease. There we go. See how you still have that line there. You're kind of blending that out, but not like totally. There we go. Blend that out there. Now I'm going to go back in. What was that first brush I used? One thing about these, she gives you so many blending brushes that it's hard to keep up with what you just used. I'm going to come in with this. This is the 518. It's kind of stained with some pink shadow. I'm going to brush that off. I'm kind of brush, make sure to clean that off real good. This is the, like I said, 518. It's another fluffy brush. And I'm going to come in with this number 1 color right here and just get a nice liberal amount, tap off the extra, and I'm going to come right at, see how you don't want to go over that dark. You want to go right at the edge of it. You can see, let me show you. I kind of went over it and you lose it. You want to go right above it. And if it starts to if you start to pick up too much dark, you want to dust it off and go back in. You're trying to keep that very light, that very pale color. And you're trying to use that just to blend that off there. Now I want to blend that line out there. There you go. Alright, I'm going to go back with this brush here. And I'm going to come in like this. And I'm really going to blow that out. I just want to really blow that out. Now, I don't use a lot of lashes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a big thing about lashes are they hide your your blending skills or lack of, as I would say, they can make a really crappy eyeshadow look great, because when you put something in front of it, you can't see it. And also wing liners. When you use a real heavy wing liner, it does kind of the same thing. I'm going to come in here just in the corner. I'm just going to come in with that corner and with that dark color again. Right here. I wish I had a highlighter color. I don't. I had bought a highlighter from the dollar store the other day as kind of, I think I put it in a video actually. It looked, I swear it looked like, hold on one second. I'm going to find, and of course I can't find it, but that is, so basically all you're really doing is a nice kind of smoky eye here. And you really want to blow that out. Just blow that out there. Now, I'm going to come in with, I don't think, actually, yeah, I know this one. This is the M213 brush. It's kind of just a flat little, it's kind of a flat little packer brush. And this is the lightest color in the palette right here. It's kind of a shimmery, not really, but it's as shimmery as they give you. And I'm just going to pack that right here on this lid. That right there. I'm going to pack this. Now, I didn't get any, I didn't see any setting spray, but a little trick I've done before. This is a very moisturizing foundation here. I'm going to grab a little bit of this here, and I'm just going to pat it off. I mean, like barely any. And I'm going to just kind of pat this on that lid. And I'm going to use this as a base. There. Not necessarily a cut crease. I guess you could kind of call this a cut crease. But I want to really brighten this look up there. I want to brighten this up a lot. There we go. Now, I'm going to wipe the excess of that off. There we go. I'm going to come back in with that. It's kind of like a peachy pink color. And I'm going to have a lot of fallout on this, but we can clean it up. Bring this mirror a little closer so I can see. And I'm just going to kind of, I mean, it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's not that great. But this is just basically, I mean, a kind of look. You could wear this to dinner. You could, you know, wear this to work, depending on how much makeup you like to wear. There we go. Really pack that in. You can also, if you don't feel like you're getting enough punch out of it, you can go back into that foundation. This is a really moisturizing foundation, that's why it makes it so nice to use for this. I guess you would technically call this a cut crease. With these kind of looks, it's kind of play as you go for me. There we go. That really just brightened that up a lot. I'm gonna brighten this side up some more here. I'm gonna just grab some on my finger and just pat it in there. Here we go. That really just brightened that up. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go back with that little thin, tiny brush. This is the E36, and I'm not gonna go in that deep color, but I'm gonna go in number 2, and I'm gonna use that just to kind of blur that line there between the two. You can also kind of darken that corner up just to get your depth back, and then take that color. You can also kind of mix it in with number 1, and you really want to fade that. See how I'm just fading that into there. I don't want a real sharp line at all. Same thing on this side. I'm really just mixing these two together. just blending that line out and taking number, I think it's number 4 in here. Taking that darkest color again, and I'm just really deepening up that outer corner. Again, I don't want to lose that outer corner, but I don't want to have that defined line there. Let me kind of blend that right here. I got a little bit of this. There we go. I really just blend that, super blend that out. I'm going to take a little bit of that light color and I'm just going to blend that there, back in, and here. And there we go. Take a little bit of that darkest color. This is very powdery. I'm going to take this darkest color and I'm going to go right up against the lash line. Being careful not to get this in my eye. This is LA Colors, and I haven't really had a problem with this in my eyes, but you always want to be careful with that. Here we go. We're going to go right up against that lash line, creating kind of a mock cat eye. I like to go and just kind of bring that up a tiny bit right there and then come back in. Kind of just gives a little definition right there, and I don't want it super dark, and I don't want it like super defined, but I'm trying to just really give that some pull out from there. I'm going to go in with number 2 and just kind of smoke that out right there. Going into number 2 and just kind of tapping it into number 1 a little bit, just to lighten it up. Because what I'm trying to do is just want to smoke that look out right there. And the very last thing is I'm going to go into that shimmery kind of peachy color. I'm going to go between these two here just to kind of lighten that apricot kind of color up a little bit. And I'm going to go along the bottom line right there. It's been the thing I've been doing is really just accenting that inner corner on the bottom part. Don't ask me why. I just been really liking how that's been looking. Just to kind of define that corner a little better. Oh, I hate when I get foundation on my lips and don't have anything to wipe it off with. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my powder brush and see all that right there. I will tell you that this is not, I would suggest doing your eyes first, really. Especially being this powder doesn't have a whole lot, not the powder, but the foundation doesn't have a whole lot of pigment to it. There we go. Just really creating a shadow right there that I'm not liking. I just had a little bit left on there of the foundation. I'm going to take this is a little damp, and I'm just putting it into that powder. I'm kind of patting it into this under eye area. There we go. Now I'm going to go back with that, what's that brush called? This flat brush, the E47, that's this flat brush. Do the same thing. I'm going to come into this, tap it off. I'm just going to I want to really crisp that line up there. You can also kind of clean this up with it. It just really created a shadow right there that I cannot get to kind of fade. There we go. They did have other foundations there to try. This seemed to be the one that looked like it was going to be closest to my color. If you notice, this brush is amazing. You can really come in if you want to come in and just really tighten up that contour line right there, you can really tighten that up. When you come in and highlight, you can highlight on your nose a little bit with it. You can also dip into the bronzer products with this. You just kind of go crazy with it. I really love this brush. This has been a brush that I have been using a super lot. It just really gives you, especially like in these areas when I try to go in and I'm just trying to kind of clean up in those little, in my lines right here. If you're wondering why I do that, you don't want a lot of heavy product sitting in that line. If you do that, I mean, you may feel like it's covering up that line and kind of helping to make it not so noticeable. But what you're actually doing is you're putting bulk in there and it's making it where it's standing out more. So, and that's not something you want to do. This is the LA Colors Lip Duo in, what color is this? In Clarity. I thought this would be a pretty kind of color just to go with this kind of, I guess you kind of a natural kind of earthy tone. I didn't see any of the pencils. This smells just like what is it, banana boat? It's got kind of that banana tropical, it smells like suntan lotion. In a good way, but I don't mind so much. Stuff that's scented don't bother me, but if you're somebody that scents bother you, this might bother you. It does fade very quickly. There you go. If you watch my lip tutorial on how to get that really voluptuous Kardashian look, one thing I had put a message down the bottom to let you guys see this. I like to leave a real defined Cupid's bow, but just by connecting that area right there, see how much that just really accentuates that top lip? All I'm doing is filling in right there. And it's not really that noticeable, but it really does give you that little extra oomph if you want a little extra volume to your top lip. My top lip is so small. I get injections. I get Juvederm on my top lip. And if you've seen me before and after, there's not really that much of a noticeable difference. I've had a few people shame me over it. You know what? I don't care. I like it. It's something I do for myself. And, you know, I'm 48 years old. I'm getting old. I'm not going down without a fight. Taking a little bit of this bronzer and just coming right in here. I like to kind of accentuate that right there and right across here. And also, one of the spots to do, this is a little orange for this, but I'm just kind of showing you, you work with what you got. Now, I think, I did. I grabbed I grabbed an eyeliner too. This is LA Colors Auto Eyeliner in brown. And I'm going to get brave and I'm going to pop a little bit of this in my waterline. Actually, this is very hard. You ever have those liners that just they're not really for your work for that area? Got it more towards, I was going to tightline my eye with it, but it's not going to work for that. But I am going to go across that top. I wanted to really try this out. I'm not getting, it's a very hard liner. feel like I'm really having to work to get any color out of it. See, it's not really... I'm not really getting... Let me show you. There, it's coming out that way, but I'm really having to, like, work. Let's try that, maybe. Oh, there we go. You just gotta really warm it up. You guys remember back in the 80s when we used to take a lighter and warm up our eyeliners? Kids nowadays would like freak when they see you do that. I seen a video talking about fads, like stupid fads and this and that, and that was one of them. Somebody talking about eyeliners and people burning their eyeliner. We didn't burn our eyeliner, we just warmed it up. If you burned your eyeliner, you did way too much. I am really having to fight with this to get some color out of it. I'm going to go back with that little brush. Where the heck was it? I'm going to go back in with this little, what was it? An M213. And I'm going to grab that dark color, the darkest color in this palette. And I'm just going to really, what I just did, I'm just going to smudge it out. I just could not get that color to lay right. I like to do a nice crisp line on my top lid. And I like to tight line my eyes, but it's not going to happen with that. Also, you want to darken that up if you're going to do false lashes. You want to darken that up to hide your lash band. I really absolutely love this thing. This is that color switch. I'm going to do a video on how to actually make your own because I am getting so much into customizing my makeup room that I want to kind of make a custom piece with that, with a color switch in it. And yep, that's it. I'm trying to think what else. There's not really anything else to this. I do want to add a little bit more blush. I'm going to go back in with this. This is the Pure Cosmetics brush from My Little Pony set. I'm just gonna really concentrate this more up like this. Ooh, this blush can really go bad quick. There we go. I'm just gonna really blend that out. I want some color to my cheeks, but not that much. That blush is very bright. If you have a darker skin tone, that would be so pretty on you, but I look like somebody just smacked my face. And that's not cool. Anyway, I did not find a setting spray there, so we are not going to do a setting spray. But this is the look for 10 bucks, guys. This isn't bad. I would wear this out. Matter of fact, I have an appointment I'm going to, and I'm going to go out like this. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, and please make sure to subscribe. Why don't you try to be part of that 60%? You know, just like, oh goodness gracious, what is her name? Jackie Aina. Jackie Aina said it perfectly. 60% of all people that watch your videos don't subscribe. Why? It's free. Come on, guys. You know, you really help me out. And if you want to help out somebody, hook me up. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, sorry. One last thing. We forgot. Mascara. I did find this Mega Wear mascara from Wet n Wild at the dollar store. And let's go ahead and try it out. Let me pull my mirror back. Sorry, guys. I always forget something. It's always my eyelids and my eyelashes. Actually, you know, that's not bad. I honestly don't think, I have such long eyelashes though. I don't really, as long as it like gets rid of that powdery look to the, from the eyeshadow and darkens them back. Doesn't take much with mascara for me. Some people are super picky with it. I'm not. I wear it, I don't wear it a whole super lot. I need to blend that out of my nose a little bit. I just noticed that. There. Here we go. But I mean, I like this, but see, I tend to like mascara that's a little on the thinner side. It's a very lightweight mascara. If you can see, I mean, it might do my eyes kind of super dark. If I lean my head back, you can kind of see. They're not bad. I like it. It's thinner. It reminds me a lot of my Urban Decay. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know below if you have anything you would like me to do for a video. I'm always up for ideas, and I will give you a shout out. And anybody's that idea is picked, I am going to be sending them a gift after I do that video. So give me your ideas. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.